Hello and welcome to this special EuroHybrid video discussion about Rick and Morty. I've got two guys from Nerds the Verse, Jacob and Will, have come and joined me for this episode. So, guys, what do you think of the season so far?
Oh,
pretty good.
I'll say hello first.
Oh, yeah. Well,
I'm going to skip the introduction. Let's just go right into a cold open here.
Yeah. Nobody knows our names. It's fine.
You can guess. It'll be a puzzle.
Yeah, they have to go over to our channel to
Exactly,
figure out our identity.
Oh yeah, watch our stuff.
Plug.
Gonna plug that now before I forget. Watch our stuff. Also watch Pete's stuff.
Yeah, that would help.
Yeah.
That's about all I gotta say.
Yeah.
I'm good. I'm tapping out.
I'll let one of you guys go first on what you think of the season so far.
Well, I think it's been a bit of a... I've enjoyed it, but there's a couple of mixed bags being chucked in there. I mean, there's... probably my favourite episode was probably the first episode, because it seems... Obviously, it was very much story-driven, but also I thought, Nathan Fillion...
Yeah.
He was really
Great
good.
guest star.
Yeah. And when he was, doing his impression of Rick, I thought that was really good as well. And obviously, throughout the episode, you know which one was Rick because of the whole slop that was on his face. So I was quite enjoyed that. What about you guys? Which have been your favourites of the season so far?
Vindicators. By far, Vindicators is my favourite episode so far.
Did you
Just
see-
'cause it's just got so many hit right on the mark jokes.
You see what Vindicators did to me was maybe go, wait, am I forgetting an episode here? Because they're talking about Vindicators 2 and this is Vindicators, and I was like, wait, did I miss an earlier Vindicators episode? So I looked it up. No, this is the first time the Vindicators have ever appeared. But apparently this was Vindicators 2, but technically Vindicators 3. It confused me a little bit.
I like that, man. I like expanding the universe that, and it's just there's a lot that we don't see.
Yeah.
But I wouldn't be surprised if in the current run of comics they maybe do a Vindicator story here or there.
Yeah.
Because
I wasn't too sure about that. I thought that was my least favourites so far because they're like, oh, I'm not too interested in your different personalities. I think you don't like me. And I was like, it's a bit like Dan Harmon essentially saying I don't really care about superheroes. I'm just going to chuck you all. And
do you know which bit of the Vindicators I really didn't like?
Go on.
I really didn't like the ending when it was all that, and it was noob. It was noob in the end, not more. I was just like, oh come on.
I felt like there could have been a lot more done with the episode as well. But I don't know. I think it's just the idea of all the characters and all these really inventive designs. I think my favourite has to be Crocubot, just because it's such.
They will never beat.
So brilliant.
They will never beat Amish Cyborg. Amish Cyborg is the best joke.
I did quite like A Million Ants.
A Million Ants was an interesting one.
It was just so quotable. It's I am now back to 1 million ants. Gillian Jacobs gave a great performance in that episode as well. Britta from Community.
Oh!
She was the
Supernova.
Star. What's her face?
Was it called Supernova or something?
Supernova or something like that, yeah.
That was her?
That was her the whole time. And I thought she was really good. She can really do voice acting when she wants to.
No, you've mentioned it. Yeah, I can hear it.
You can't pick up on it on every line. It's just here and there it sort of breaks through, but yeah.
Wait, can you bring up the episode list again? I've forgotten the name of the episode.
Yeah, that was Vindicators 3, The Return of Woldender.
Yeah. Which
was weird because in the pre-things they're like, Woldender is going to be this massive unsolved boss and you'll be so terrifying. And the actual thing is oh yeah, we killed him last night. It's when he blacked out going so drunk.
I love that because Justin Roiland and Dan Harmon bigged him up to be the big new season 3 villain. Now we've got rid of the Galactic Federation and the government and all that. But no. It's just...
You see,
that's brilliant move.
Getting rid of the Council of Ricks and the Galactic Government was a mistake, in my opinion. But I can see why they did it, but I also think it was a mistake.
I agree,
but then again, they technically haven't got rid of the Council of Ricks because they're at infinite Ricks.
Yeah, and also the Federation sort of came back at the end of the first episode, but we're 6 episodes in and
we've still not seen anything of Phoenix Man.
Yeah, I'm wondering if they've essentially just decided to drop all that stuff.
No, they'll
bring it back in the finale. Or
they will, because they do that every time, don't they? It's you have a full season of nothing episodes that don't really link up that much. This season's a little bit different, but There's not that much of an overarching story.
I mean,
and then in the finales, they finally...
They're kind of pushing the whole divorce thing a little too hard, I find.
Yeah, considering last couple of seasons, it's more like those two being so like they've been some episodes. Surely the one that he went to the counselling episode.
Yeah,
and it was like, oh yeah, they're perfect together.
Yeah,
and then there was like the TV Vision thing where they sort of realities and they're all destined to be together. But this season they decided to rip the law apart. It was like, oh,
yeah, and like the episode with the parasites as well.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, like there are so many episodes in the last 2 seasons that say that those two are perfect for each other, and then nothing.
Because I heard apparently it's because I think Dan Harmon was going through a divorce.
Yeah. It's literally that's the entire reason.
Changed all around.
Don't write your own life into it.
That's sort of his gimmick, though.
I know.
It's like everything he does has to be to do with him in some way. It's.
I get it, but at the same time I don't, because. You can write your life into it as long as you don't change the law.
Yeah, like I'd like some of your experiences into the show, but yeah, it just seems like they've just changed like the whole characters.
It's my main problem with this series so far is just how out of character so many of the things seem for all of them.
Yeah, what was it?
I think Jerry's been pretty on point.
See, I actually really liked the Jerry episode. I really liked the Whirly Durly conspiracy.
I just really liked everything that Jerry's in this season.
Because that Whirly Durly conspiracy episode was actually my favourite one, I think, so far.
Yeah?
Yeah, like, honestly, probably my favourite episode of the season so far. Because it seemed the most in character for everyone. Like, everything that happened in that episode. I could have seen that being an episode in an earlier season.
If you cut off perhaps the earlier parts where he's dragging him at the motel, perhaps far, then
I don't know. At the same time, if it was in an earlier season, Morty would not have been nearly as confident, because you've really seen him come into his own this season with
kind of, and you saw him come into his own a bit weirdly in the latest episode.
Oh yeah. Because I guess
that's something else. Like that latest episode made me feel a little uncomfortable in a couple of places.
Because he was so healthy, he just didn't need Rick at all, and just no chance.
The thing that made me uncomfortable was the fact him as a 14-year-old boy was picking up girls and it's just like.
So it's funny, man.
No, I'm just like, Mr. Harmon, do you know about the word paedophilia? Like, that's basically what you've written into it here.
It's just funny because it's like every 14-year-old boy's dream is to just be a ladies' man. And it's just Morty becoming that, and it's just a genius concept.
I know.
They had a lot of fun with it. I had a great time that episode.
But at the same time, you think if you think about it a bit too much, it makes you feel a bit uncomfortable.
Yeah, but just don't think about it and laugh. That's what you got to do in this show, because there's so much messed up stuff. Every episode that just goes super deep, and it's just like, if you think about it, you're screwed. You're not going to make it through the season.
Yeah, I was thought Julie, when they went into the toxic machine, I thought first of all, that was some sort of trap. I didn't realize they were totally split in half.
Yeah.
Because that's because you wouldn't have guessed that, would you? You wouldn't have guessed that.
To a normal person, it wouldn't quite happen that way. But Rick and Morty, not quite normal people.
Yeah, because I don't know if you've noticed. I was just saying to it earlier on, in the season 3 trailer.
Yeah.
Almost all the things that in the season 3 trailer have actually happened. Mm-hmm. There's only 2 scenes which haven't. It was there's one where there's 2 summers on a corridor. And there's a bug creature, and Rick's talking to this bug creature. And then there's another one where loads of Mortys are escaping out of a house.
Yeah, and there's the lizard Morty in that.
Yeah. So it's there's 4 episodes left, and we haven't seen a lot of those other. What else is actually happening? I haven't seen the trailer for the next episode really, so I don't know anything at all. I don't know what's happening in the next. So
one.
It's could be a lot of interesting stuff, because I think from the Pickle Rick episode was hyped up so much.
Exactly.
And that just I think perhaps if it wasn't hyped, I think there were some problems with the psychologist part.
Yeah.
Or the therapist part,
They brought up eating poo a little bit too much.
I liked it, man. Because it's very obvious that's what Goldenthal was doing in the sewers in episode 1. You know, in episode 1 when he emerges from the sewers and he's like, the bug people will no longer reign over Earth.
Oh, yeah.
It's quite obvious that's how he was surviving for like 6 months.
I totally missed that part, really. Oh, but I mean, the Pickle Rick parts, I did actually enjoy. Like Danny Trejo playing as the Jaguar. I thought he was like, I have never died. And it was like, that was like, I don't liked the character. I hope you see him again. Probably won't. But it'd be quite nice because I thought he was a really, really fun character.
Do you know what my favourite... Sorry, this is a tangent, but you want to mention Danny Trejo. Do you know what my favourite facts about Danny Trejo is? You know his character in Machete is the same character as his character in Spy Kids. That's like a confirmed thing.
Oh, yeah, because...
he is their
What's
uncle.
his face directed both, didn't he?
And if you look at like the Wikipedia pages, you look at the Wikipedia pages for both of them, it's confirmed that it's the same character.
Whoa.
Yeah.
I think we might have to have a Spy Kids / Machete marathon.
Oh, so the one episode we actually haven't talked about yet is the Mad Max / Game of Thrones one. I quite enjoyed that one.
I had a lot of fun with it.
It's mainly because I really enjoy Game of Thrones and Mad Max. I think just because I pretty like those materials. And I like their take on it. Yeah. But it was also the muscle memory thing from his arm. I thought I quite liked that.
That was fun, but I think the funniest gag of the whole episode was the cyborg Morty at the end, where he was just like, I have feelings, and then he just gets shut off and he just leaves, and it was just I was in tears for the whole bit.
No, I'm alive.
It was just a golden moment, like.
Because haven't they been saying something about? They remember the evil Morty from like season 1.
Yeah.
There was like, wonder if that person would turn up, or they probably they hint at it, but they're not actually going to turn. It's like those characters are basically gone, really, aren't they?
I don't know. That's the thing about Rick and Morty. It takes them so long to revisit literally anything.
Yeah. Well, one of my favourite things is the little hints. If you watch closely, if you watch Gravity Falls and you watch this. There are little hints at Gravity Falls.
We got another Bill Cipher reference in the Whirly's Early Conspiracy.
Yeah, they're just littered throughout it. And just more confirmation that they might be in the same universe.
Wasn't there characters from Gravity Falls in episode... the first episode of season 3?
Yeah, like not quite, but there was a Morty dressed as Dipper.
And Mabel,
yeah. And there was a Morty that came out of a portal holding what looked like the journal from Gravity Falls.
And if you look in the official release of the journal, in the background of one of the pictures of Ford is a little graffiti thing that says Rick Sanchez was here.
Yeah.
So it's pretty much confirmed at this point that it's the same universe.
Yeah.
So I'm just waiting for this crossover right now.
That would be great if they actually did a crossover, because I love the two shows.
Do you think? Do you like the memories of the first episode? Do you think those memories are actually the real? You know, like it was like his. Do you think either he was the one, the Rick who had his family killed, or do you think he was the Rick who was? Or do you think he was the Rick who was saying, "You must join us"? Essentially,
I think
it's got a lot of holes to sort of dance around.
It does, but like that's the point, because what you know for a fact it wasn't a full memory, but it's easier to create in that sort of thing. It's easier to create something from something than create something from nothing. So I think there are definitely elements of truth to Rick's backstory in there, and because he is the prime Rick, I think he might have been the one, that had his family killed.
Because then the Morty wouldn't come about, would he? Because his Morty would never have been born, because if Beth was killed as a child, you would never have had the Morty. So obviously,
I think he's on his 4th or 3rd Morty at this point.
No, it's the same Morty.
No, well, 3rd or 4th family.
Yeah, same Morty. Though.
So if we take this into account, if we assume the memory has some element of truth and his family were killed, hop to universe to another one where he was dead. He went through all that, but then he had to disappear for 20 years, didn't he? Or something had to happen that makes him have to jump to one where he disappeared for 20 years. Because he obviously had memories in what was the episode in season 1, the first Council of Ricks episode, with Evil Morty, where he's going through his memories and you see Morty when he's younger, which obviously makes no sense because he wouldn't have been around.
Yeah.
So I think there's a lot to be explored there.
But also, what would happen to the original Rick for this Morty we've got? Because evidently, if that isn't his original, did he kill him or replace him? Or
I don't know.
That's the problem. You start delving into like if that's not his first. Morty,
Rick's not even in his original body anymore.
Yeah.
Oh my god, that's happened so many times now.
In the last episode, he's gone through about 2 or 3 bodies, hasn't he?
Again, it's ridiculous.
And like the Pickle Rick episode, like.
How does that count?
Yeah. And I mean, the first episode of season 3. How many bodies does he go through?
He goes into the bug one. He goes into at least 2 or 3 different Ricks.
Yeah.
I do like he's like, oh, I'm giving you my improv. I was like, oh no, that's why I can't think of a good plan now because I've left in the old body.
Yeah.
That was kind of good.
I liked the whole shoot fake gun, shoot me during standoff gag. And Marty was like, yeah, I totally read that.
I think that was like a really good dark moment.
Yeah.
Like we need more of that, like the scene in the Whirly Dirly Conspiracy with the kids running around. Basically, for those that don't know the premise is, but it's like an immortality field, and the immortality field drops at some point in the episode.
Yeah. Ooh.
And a child shoots his sister in the face.
R.I.P. Lisa.
But I do wonder that one because there was like ones where she got shot. It seemed like they got shot outside, but then when they got dropped back into the field, they seemed to have. Did they revive? Because the main villain, one voiced by Clancy Brown, I thought he got his neck snapped by Rick outside, but then he dropped back in. He came back like later in the episode. Or was that a different one?
I don't know.
No, that was a different character.
I think it was a different character.
Oh, I thought it was the same. That
was like his henchman, wasn't it?
Yeah.
Oh, yeah, okay.
I loved the weird wormhole sequence that happened.
Was absolutely
that was trippy.
Incredibly well done.
Yes, yeah.
It was just so out of nowhere where you just like, oh, and then just suddenly psychedelic 60s sort of trip sequence.
Yeah. It's like, I wonder if they'll do like more of that in the future because that was really quite good. But or they'll be because sometimes you could think something just worked quite well. They might do it again, but they think but if you do the same thing lots of times, it loses impact.
Yeah.
No, it's not the first time that they've done like a sort of trippy sequence.
They did it with
the Goodbye Moon Man
Goodbye
song.
Moon Man, yeah.
If you
the one with the sentient cloud,
voiced by the guy from
was it Q? No, it wasn't. It's not John Delancey, is it?
He's the New Zealand band, the comedy band.
Yeah.
He voiced the crab in Moana.
The guy from.
Memories
this is
feeling
bothering me. Like.
It's the New Zealand comedy group. Oh my god.
Flight of the Conchords.
Flight of the Conchords.
There we
go.
go.
The guy from Flight
All
of the
right,
Conchords.
that took way too long for us to do.
I love his song in Moana. It reminds me of Bowie in Space.
It is pretty much Bowie. Like that's like one of our biggest influences.
Oh, I'd say one of the things I'm probably looking forward to is I wonder if they'll do like another trailer like they did for the last 2 years, like the two brothers and the
They've got it.
The 16 quadrants.
Yeah, I want to know if they're going to do another TV episode. So with just them ad-libbing television shows.
That's wait for
I
just
think it's a staple at this point.
Yeah. Well, let's just like put all those crazy ideas out. It's like, what if a guy, the salesman, sells fake doors?
Didn't they basically just lock him in a room for that episode and just say go nuts?
Basically.
Just give us like an hour's worth of stuff and we'll edit it down and animate around it. Yeah,
because I'm pretty sure like he would probably make Rick and Morty a lot more crazy if the editors didn't try and like buckle down some of his ideas. That's like those episodes based like Justin Roiland unhinged. Just go.
My favourite thing is people forget that Justin Roiland is the voice of both Rick and Morty.
And about 60% of the rest of the cast.
Like, if you watch any of the VO stuff, like if you watch any of the actual like videos of them recording it, the episodes, it's hilarious. Because 90% of it is just Justin Roiland in a box talking to himself.
Like one of the main voice actors, just like SpongeBob SquarePants. He was like the sort of heroic vindicator. He was like, I never forget a kid. And he's like, and everyone's like, wait, what? What was that? He's like, oh, he's the voice of SpongeBob SquarePants. Like, oh, didn't expect that.
Yeah,
the whole episode was just fantastic.
It was an odd one. I'd have liked it more if they actually didn't do the noob thing at the end.
I don't know, that's not what bothered me. I think it was the fact that there wasn't really any payoff when they got to the party. It was just like an incredibly dark scene. You've killed everyone. And it's what makes it funny though is the fact that Rick clearly didn't intend for anyone to die.
Yeah.
Like, he thought everyone would arrive at the party and it'd just be like, oh, Vindicator party.
Yeah, woo, yeah.
But no, he messed up.
Yeah. I know, it wasn't even Rick's fault anyone died. They all just died from their own stupidity for the most part.
Except for Crocubot. I don't think I'm going to forgive him for that. Crocubot was one hell of a guy.
I was like, rants about Israel. Like, when he's drunk, it's like, oh, a million pounds, not touching that. Not touching that.
I have no stake in this.
Yeah. That was an interesting moment, to say the least.
Well, do you know Keith David, who's played the president?
Yes.
Oh, yeah, he played Reverse Draft as well.
Yeah, he's coming back, like, probably episode 10.
Oh,
so
cool.
He's like, so, wonder what sort of episode's going, because obviously the president coming back is, I really liked, you know, like, with the giant heads.
Yeah.
Well, that was quite a really fun episode. And he's got some, I mean, obviously Keith David's quite eccentric, but it's like, I really loved him in, like, when he's in Mass Effect, and he's been, like, really, really funny when he's been.
He is great. Like, he was really good in Community as well.
Yeah, Community's great. Community's honestly one of my favourite TV shows. I've not seen the latest season.
I think that's the season with him in it.
Yeah, but
he's like one of the main casters.
Yeah, 'cause the latest season's the one that's on Yahoo, isn't it?
I just bought it all on Amazon Prime.
Oh, is it on Amazon Prime now?
Not for free.
Yeah,
but,
I'm saying
it's worth for £10 for the full season. Like, I'd highly recommend getting season 6.
Just a little plug for Community.
I'd rather
it's about Rick and Morty. It's got to come up.
I'd rather watch it on Amazon than on Yahoo. But I'm still iffy on this season in total. Like it's good, but it's definitely not as good as the last 2 seasons in my opinion.
I would agree with that, but I mean, obviously you haven't seen the last 4 episodes just yet.
True.
So we think it's 10 episodes. We're not exactly sure.
Yeah, I thought I heard somewhere about it being an extended season. That's why it was taking so long. But I might be wrong. That might have just been a rumor that I read. But
yeah,
it would be nice to have an extra 6 episodes or something.
Well, it was 18 months between season 2 and season 3, so I'm guessing hopefully it's not the same.
It stretched to about 2 years in the end, didn't it?
Was it 2 years? Well, hopefully it's not the same for, because then end of episode 1 it was like 9 seasons, or if 9 seasons, don't go all George R. R. Martin on us, you know.
Yeah.
I wouldn't be surprised if they hired like a bunch more animators and people, you know, to work on this show.
It's got a lot more popular, hasn't it? So
it's blown up. This season 3 has been the breaking point for Rick and Morty.
Well, it's like some other YouTubers I've looked at, and some of their biggest things are basically just like Rick and Morty theories.
Yeah.
Because if you watch like the game theories.
Oh yeah.
Everyone's cashing in on it.
Yeah, it's like everyone's like, Rick and Morty is like, oh, we're not cashing in. Don't worry, we're not. Wink, 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 wink.
That's all game theory is now, is cashing in on things.
Yeah, it's
game theory has gone so downhill recently.
Yeah, it's.
I did used to love that show.
Same, I used to love game theory because it actually used to do interesting theories, and now it just does stuff where you're like, well, of course. Like most of the theories now are just.
Oh, they did one about Mass Effect 3 Indoctrination 5 years after the whole thing. I was like, what? And you're making this a 2-parter?
I mean, to be fair though, it was a good breakdown of it.
Oh yeah,
it was a very good. That was one of their good theories. But now they just do silly things and stuff like. It's just they don't actually answer the questions you massively have about it.
We're off track here, but I want to keep on talking about this because I watched a video on this recently, and the reason is that he's changed his target audience over years.
Massively, yeah.
Like at the start, he was aiming at teenagers to early 30s sort of thing. You know, there was a lot more risque content, and recently he's just found, wow, kids will watch anything. So he's just pandering to them.
Yeah.
I wonder if that's trying to take that back to Rick and Morty, is like, what from the audience is like for Rick and Morty, I think, because I try to explain it to people, and it's like, essentially it's like Back to the Future, but on drugs.
Yeah, it's a good way. It's a good way to describe it. It's take every sci-fi show, get them high, and mash them together, and then you get Rick and Morty.
The audience for Rick and Morty is everyone except everyone's parents. I think that's how I would describe the fan base.
Do you want to know who I'd say the main like audience is?
Students.
Stoners.
Stoner students. US, yes. You're currently stoned.
No, I'm good. I'm professional here.
But yeah, no. Having a few stoner friends, I can attest to them saying it's a great show to watch whilst high. I'm just like, I'm just gonna watch it sober, you know.
The thing about Rick, because there's a lot of like stoner shows.
Yeah.
But the thing that makes a good stoner show is the fact that you can still enjoy it sober, and that's something that Rick and Morty manages to do. It's like a regular show. It's like watching that, like when you've not got anything in your system. It's just boring. This doesn't make sense. There's something about high logic that makes it work. But with Rick and Morty, it's just a good show on its own.
Yeah, Rick and Morty is just a good,
well written, well prepared.
Rick and Morty for 99 years. Or no, was it 97 years? Or
something like that. Just Rick and Morty forever. What they're going to do is they're going to get Justin Roiland to
clone his voice box.
just to record every word that ever could or ever will exist, so they can just program Rick and Morty just to churn out infinite episodes.
What was it? I remember years ago, there was like a South Park joke that Family Guy was written by manatees.
Oh my God.
And do that for Rick and Morty.
Just Rick and Morty wouldn't surprise me if they went for the infinite monkeys with infinite typewriters approach.
As much as I love the writing on Rick and Morty, it would be nice to get some guest writers occasionally.
Yeah.
Like other animation juggernauts like Mike Judge.
Just anyone else. Just do. Because it's one of those shows that it's episodic enough that they could get someone else in to write something just for like a one-off bit.
But at the same time, a lot of it is the comedy, so you would still have to work really closely with Justin Roiland and Dan Harmon to sort of achieve the feel of a Rick and Morty episode.
Could just give the story, they give the feel.
I'd be up for this. I'd be very up for seeing some collaboration on this show.
You see, what I think, this is something I've said about a couple of animated shows. I don't know if it's documented anywhere on the internet, but it will be now. But what I think is a really good idea for animated shows, it'd be a lot of work, but is for like a season, or like a mini or something, open it up to fan sent in scripts and do a season of scripts written by the fans.
Or you could do that for the TV type show, because Justin Roiland's done a lot of crazy ideas, but if you throw it to hundreds of thousands or millions of people with crazy ideas, you get a whole season of just TV ads. Probably you could run them as like adverts for before the whole.
I'd be totally up for it, but at this point it's blew up too much.
Yeah,
you need to wait for it to start dying down back to the core fans. At the minute,
Like, I think Simpsons would be interesting if they ever did that.
Did you see Simpsons is way past.
Did you ever see the Simpsons Rick and Morty opening?
I did, and it is hilarious.
The what?
The Simpsons.
Oh yeah,
Rick and Morty.
That's. Has anyone seen any of the Rick and Morty non-canonical adventures?
Yes. There's just like little claymation shorts.
Yeah, I've seen some of them,
yeah.
And the Alien Covenant advert thing.
Oh, I've not seen that.
Oh, they did like a Alien Covenant like thing where Rick and Morty go off and they're in space and they hear a distress call. And Morty's like, "Come on, we got to check it out." And Rick's like, "Nah." And then I think Morty says there could be salvage, and Rick's like, "Okay." So they go onto it, and it's obvious. It's so obviously a ship from an Alien movie.
Uh-oh.
And it goes on, and they see the alien eggs and that, and a facehugger latches onto Rick, and it dies because he's too toxic. And Rick's like, "Wow, if only people knew that was the solution." And then just sort of looks at the camera.
So what are we expecting in the rest of the season? Do we have any theories about what's going to happen?
Get the names of the episode off. Let's.
Right. Well, the next.
So do some guesses here.
Yeah.
Well, we got Rick Lantis mix-up. Atlantis, we are coming. A nice little self-contained episode about Atlantis. So, any Aquaman jokes going to go?
Yeah, I was just say Aquaman jokes. But a lot of I wonder if they're going to do it actual Atlantis or if it's going to be like a place that's based off Atlantis in space or something. Do you know?
It don't think it'd be like Stargate Atlantis. It'd be like traditional Atlantis.
I think it'd be funnier if it was traditional.
Yeah.
If Morty was just like, well, this is real, and Rick's just like, yeah, everyone knows that. Shut up, Morty.
Mermen are real. Get over it.
And so, like, the next one's like Morty's Mind Blowers.
That could be the episode where we have the thing with the multiple Mortys getting out of the house.
See, yeah, I've got an idea for how that would work. The Morty episode, just because after the Council of Rick falls, what happens to all the Mortys?
Yeah.
Well, I think a lot of them were killed.
Yeah, a lot of the Mortys probably died
like
when
the screwdriver.
A lot of them were, but what happens to the ones that weren't? You know.
But not all the Mortys, not all the Ricks were died as well.
Yeah, not all the Ricks and not all the Mortys were on the station at the time, and you know.
I like the idea of just a bunch of Mortys getting up to some antics.
Yeah.
That's just want to see an episode.
That would be good, like on like renegade Mortys wrecking up the shop.
Well, no, not like our Morty, not like a confident one, like just all the like in the first Council of Rick's episode where they're all just like useless, but it's really funny. It's just
one Morty to rule them all, and that sort of thing.
Sort of like the Jerry episode we got, where the Jerry Daycare Centre.
Yes, exactly like that, just like that.
That reminds me of all those Jerrys. All those Jerrys basically stuck in that location.
Yeah.
After all their Ricks got killed while at the Citadel. And the next one is the ABCs of Beth. Apparently Jerry gets lucky with a lady and Beth recalls her childhood.
Bouncy go wow. Wow.
Yeah, he finally knows how to use the prostitutes outside his apartment.
So this could be like the reveal of what on earth happened with Rick.
Yeah.
Well, especially since the previous one says...
With him leaving and stuff.
Yeah, the previous one says Morty's memory is restored. So
was Morty's memory ever gone?
Yeah.
That we know of?
This might be something that happens in a cold open or something.
Yeah.
And that's like the whole episode's based around getting it back.
Oh, it might happen in the Atlantis episode
like
or something.
Like a hangover kind of thing. Like
yeah.
Something happens and you're trying to remember what earth's going on.
But no, the ABCs of Beth could be the episode where like the whole divorce thing comes to a point.
And she recalls her childhood like without Rick and see what it was like, because it seems like when Rick's not involved, Beth and Jerry seem to have a better life.
Yeah.
Because like in the C-137 family, obviously they were in a pretty horrific situation, but they seem to be happier without...
Yeah, I mean, they were cannibal barbarians, but they were still together, at least.
Until they were frozen and probably shattered to death. It's like, I wonder what film more like, yeah, your original parents and sister are probably dead because they got killed off. And so the last one is the Rick Churchian Morty date. So Rick goes in confrontation with the president.
It's meant to be like a joke on the Manchurian there's something mandate. So the Manchurian Morty date.
Is it just me, or does that not sound like a finale?
No.
That doesn't sound like... I'd expect to see like Phoenix Person come in here or something.
Yeah, we've not had
but
any...
that does not sound like the way they'd end this season.
Yeah.
Which is why I still think that there's going to be more episodes.
It depends what president they mean when they say the president. Because in Rick and Morty universe, there are a lot of presidents and a lot of different things.
I wonder if there'd be an updated president of the more the current US president. who was more crazy, Rick and Morty or the current US president debate?
If they do anything to do with Trump, it will immediately become my favourite episode. Because there is no way that just Rick and Morty handling Trump. There is no way that would not be hilarious.
And you expect a conference, and you just like a Twitter rant as well to come after
him trying to get the episode banned.
I really don't know, because it's like how South Park's approaching it. How next season they won't really be covering anything that Donald Trump's doing, just because at this point life is funnier than fiction.
Yeah.
I feel like Rick and Morty would probably take that approach as well.
It's been like you've watched like John Oliver's.
Yes.
It's like he was saying that trying to cover Trump it's almost too difficult because there's so much stuff every single day is like crazy.
Oh, one of my favourite... This is another tangent about Trump, but I was watching one of those things and it was about Trump's rant/threat at North Korea recently. And it was something... Trump said something along the lines of, you will see something that few nations, if any, have ever seen before. And the guy presenting it just went, guys, I think he's threatening to become their president. just a laughing stock. America is just a laughing stock now because of him.
Yes.
Only like 3 more years.
Yeah.
Yep.
Unless he gets re-elected.
Hopefully.
He won't get re-elected. I can guarantee it. And I've just jinxed it, haven't I?
Probably.
Don't comment about it in the comments.
Hold me to this.
If Trump gets re-elected, blame Will.
It's entirely my fault. I will take responsibility.
Again, we'll try and steer back towards Rick and Morty, but it seems like
try and Google and see if there is any more episodes. Like,
So we're just gonna check now.
That episode 10 does not sound like a finale to me.
It sounds too self-contained.
Yeah.
Well, not.
Unless they're going to do it like they did the season 1 finale, where it doesn't really have anything to continue until the last 5 minutes.
Possibly.
But at the same time, that's kind of a cop out, because the last finale we had was really well built up. And
it was that was
very well handled.
Just who do you know?
We don't
right.
endorse for advertisement.
It says apparently would have as many as 14 episodes in an interview in Comic-Con in December. It's supposed to do 14. Yeah, but there's nothing actually confirmed for 14, so...
Right, so there could be more, but we don't know for certain yet.
Yeah, it's a bit unclear. Maybe it's... Well, at least 10, maybe 14.
Okay.
So we'll see how that works out.
I hope we get more.
It's saying... Because like I said, this hasn't been my favourite season so far, but I want them to redeem it. I want them to pull something at the end and just have this season make sense.
Yeah.
Do you know what I mean?
And something that will connect like a little bit more to like...
Just have one of those everything makes sense now moments.
I want to see like Phoenix Person and these things come back and like what happened to like wasn't it not Schwami. The cat guy goes
Squanch.
Squanch. Yeah, what happened? Did he get killed or probably?
We didn't see. He hulked out and then we cut away to them escaping.
Yeah, because he squished the leg of was it Tara? What's it, Terry? The girl, basically the Federation trip.
Oh,
he crushed.
No, she clearly got out of that okay.
Yeah. So what would have happened?
Because Squanch. I want to know what happened to Mr. Poopy Butthole.
Yeah, you want to see him back again.
We'll probably see him at the end of this season, won't he?
Unless he is Noob.
Nah, too much character difference there.
Also, did anyone else notice the Ball Fondler's Vindicator's mirror going on?
A little bit.
With the crocodile, and then you got Noob, you got the googly eyes.
Oh yeah.
Ball Fondler's from the TV thing.
You got the big buff guy.
Yeah. Oh no, I didn't think of it before, but yeah, now you say it.
Well, it's just because they literally reference Ball Fondlers in the episode when we're about to leave.
Yeah.
It's like, we got an appointment with a whole alligator and 2 assholes. And then we realised we'd left a poltergeist. I don't know, I thought that was quite interesting. I don't know what it means, but it's interesting.
It probably means that they ran out of ideas, so they just repurposed Ball Fondlers.
Yeah, that's probably about right.
I hope that's not the case.
We're going to go back. At the end of this season, we're going to go back through every episode and find that every one of these episodes was based on like a little skit or a little joke.
A throwaway gag from a first 2.
From an earlier thing. And then that's what the finale of this is going to be. It's going to be one of those where they pull back and it's actual Rick and actual Morty watching alternate universes adventures.
God.
And that's why nothing makes sense and why it's all out of character, because it's alternate universe adventures.
I am still waiting for them to go, April Fools, here's for real season 3. Because I'm really enjoying the season, but it is a very different tone.
Yeah.
It doesn't feel very Rick and Morty-esque anymore. It's got super dark, which I'm fine with, I'm enjoying, but it's very different to what we've had before. I suppose
if you start getting dark, you can either... You need to pull yourself out of it. Otherwise, you'd be like in a downward spread. You have to keep making it darker and darker and darker until at some point it doesn't even resemble what it was.
Sort of like the way that Batman comics went recently.
I haven't
Batman got dark.
I saw about the whole Joker thing. I don't know. I've not been keeping up with DC Comics. What's the point, man? I'm just gonna mess it up.
Right, so I don't know if you guys in 4 more episodes want to come back. We'll do like another.
I'm definitely up for doing another episode of Rick and Morty recapping. This has been fun. Yeah,
because so we'll come. Well, obviously in 4 more episodes. If there is another slot after that, we can
do it again.
A monthly kind of thing. But it's we'll have to wait and see whether it is 14 or if it's 10 because we're not exactly sure properly.
Yeah.
Either be a season wrap up essentially, or be not really mid season because
this is the mid season.
This would be mid season either way. So. So I gotta say,
thanks for having us on.
Yeah.
Rick and Morty's on Netflix every Monday, so everyone watch it.
Yep. So if you want to catch these guys on the Nerds of Earth channel, I'll put a link in the description. I'll say so. Please, if you enjoyed it, subscribe and give a like.
Oh, I cringed when I said that. I don't like doing the whole promoting thing.
Like and subscribe.
Oh no!
Follow us on all the social medias.
I would say to follow Jacob's stuff, but Jacob is now semi-retired.
Oh, I hadn't.
Deus Ex killed him off, so
I was editing episode 3 and my computer crashed and I lost it and I just went a bit I'm gonna get back to it, but I went a bit crazy.
It was also when I slaughtered him. I was just crushing him slowly, but on Sin of Still Rampart, I was like slowly. But now we're getting to.
So I want to release my view of that footage just so people can see just how badly I played in those games.
Yeah, we're trying to get like more people perhaps for that one. So, but maybe we're doing more of that in the future. But enough rambling.
Yeah. Anywho.
So see you guys next time. See ya.